This is the Con Guy Show. We are your home for news, opinions, and interviews from the world of Comic-Cons and fandoms. Your ultimate insiders for all things con! Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Con Guys special San Diego Comic-Con updates, where we are writers, actors, editors, comedians, costumers, and lovers of fandom, and we give you the news and our insiders' views and opinions and updates from a Hollywood perspective. My name is Jim. I'm one of your hosts here and the founder of the Con Guy. I'm going to be joined in just a few minutes by the original Con Girl, Katie Kawamoto, who is interviewing a very special guest this week, the incredible Ashley Eckstein. Katie did an amazing job. She nailed it. And Ashley was nothing but just a pleasure to as a guest with us. Anyways, excuse me. I messed up the interview just a little bit, and I apologize. That's stupid me. The interview was set up for 5:15. I didn't check if it was West Coast or East Coast, and so I'm sitting there ready for the West Coast, and then there's like ding, 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 ding. Oh, I was late, and I was late to the interview, but it doesn't matter. Katie had it all under control, and she and Ashley had a great interview. So I'm just giving a real quick introduction before we start, especially for those of you who may not know who Ashley Eckstein is. Ashley Eckstein, she is a dynamic force in the entertainment and fandom worlds. She is best known, she is best known as the voice of the iconic Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, a character which she originated in 2008. She has captivated audiences as an actress, an inspirational host, a speaker, author, designer, and an entrepreneur. These days, she's also just as well known for Her Universe. She revolutionized fandom and culture when she founded Her Universe, a trailblazing fashion and lifestyle brand in 2010. This year, she's going to be celebrating 10 years of Her Universe at the San Diego Comic-Con. She created it. It's a show she hosts annually, always has cool stuff. We'll give you a little taste of it in just a second here. And Ashley's achievements also extend to mental health advocacy, where she serves on the National Advisory Council for the Kids Mental Health Foundation. And I got to tell you, she's just dang cool. Ashley is super cool. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here talking because I know that everybody wants to get to the meat of the matter. I was able to I've met her a couple of times at a couple of conventions, but I was working with and volunteering with the D23, the Disney D23 organization a few years back in 2019 at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, Illinois. And Ashley was hosting an Empire Strikes Back screening there during Star Wars Celebration. It was awesome. She was so kind, so sweet. I was able to talk with her and get to know her a little bit. And then we all got snowed in. That was a big one. So what I'm going to do is let me set this up here. For those of you who may not know a lot about Her Universe, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of it. For those of you who are just listening and you're not watching, I encourage you to come over maybe and check us out on YouTube. And we have a little short little walk through some of the geek couture and fashion from years past. So the Her Universe event is all about fashion, all about stuff that Ashley has been kind of spearheading this past few years. It takes place on Thursday, July 25th, 6 p.m. in the Harbor Ballroom of the Manchester Grand Hyatt Hotel in San Diego. And you see a lot of the different creations that the contestants and the fashionistas have created here. This year is going to be presented by Her Universe and Mattel. This is the 10th annual Her Universe fashion show. It's going to captivate fans with the creativity of 25 talented designers who have worked tirelessly to showcase one-of-a-kind custom geek couture, not cosplay. It's geek couture looks on the runway. The ultimate prize is the opportunity to design a special fashion collection with Her Universe. The audience will choose one winner, along with the winner selected by an expert panel of judges, including the 2023 Her Universe Fashion Show winning designers Rachel Patterson and Raveen Kay, Robin Moss, the SVP of Hot Topic Merchandising, Vivian Morano, creator of Prime Video's Has Been Hotel, and the Vice President of Barbie Product Design at Mattel, Robert Best. Little Doctor Strange outfit there. And these are some of the winners from last year. A couple more shots, and then we will turn it over. And there's Ashley. There's the end. I tell you what, it's a big production. It's a very big deal. So without further ado, we are going to hold on a second. Turn it over to Katie Kawamoto, and she has an interview with Ashley Eckstein. Let me be the first to say that this was a joy. And first up, Ashley is telling us her thoughts on what Her Universe has become. So the question was, what do you think about what Her Universe has become? And I hope you guys enjoy the interview. And since Katie is our founding con girl, we are co-branding this episode with the Con Girls.
It was definitely my hope that it would kick off Comic-Con and become the must-see event at San Diego Comic-Con. But it's wildly exceeded my expectations. You know, that it's put geek couture on the map. It's changed the lives of so many of the designers. It's literally been one of the things I'm most proud of, literally in my entire life.
Awesome, thank you. I'm really excited for you as well. My other question was, is this year you're partnering with Mattel? So yes. Can you say anything like how did that come about? What are you able to share about this collaboration?
So Mattel has been a partner with Her Universe and Hot Topic for many years. We're a proud licensee and have the opportunity to make merchandise for properties like Barbie, especially after the incredible year last year with Barbie. It's just been an honor to be a licensee of Mattel and many of their properties. But this year just made sense to work together for the Her Universe fashion show because it's a year of milestones. You know, it's the 10th anniversary for the Her Universe fashion show. It's the 65th anniversary of Barbie. It's the 35th anniversary of Polly Pocket. Mattel is soon going to be celebrating their 80th anniversary. So it's many, many milestones. And it just was a natural fit for this year's show. Plus, I am a lifelong Mattel fan. I mean, I've been a Barbie fan since I was a young girl. Polly Pocket was practically my childhood. So I'm very excited.
Definitely going to be a lot of nostalgia for a lot of the attendees, especially with the Comic-Con audience. So I'm sure everyone's just going to absolutely love it. Also, I saw your co-host is returning. And how are you feeling about working with Michael James Scott again? I mean, that's huge. I'm sure the crowd absolutely loves that energy.
Oh, yes. And hi, James.
I am so sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
West Coast, all this, and I'm going to just let Katie is the one that is, I'm just kind of a poser when it comes to this. But Ashley, I just want you to know that we do love you. I worked with you one time when I was working with the D23 group at a Empire Strikes Back special screening in Chicago that you did in 2019, the year we all got snowed in. So yeah.
Yes, of course I remember. I as soon as you popped on, I'm like, we know each other, and that's why.
Justin over there, we're all good friends. And again, I was like, oh, I'm late, and I so apologize, but you know what? Let's not waste any time.
Worries.
Katie has it all under control.
Yes, no worries. Well, speaking of Disney, my ultimate hype friend, Michael James Scott, best known as the genie in Aladdin on Broadway, is back as my co-host. And I am beyond thrilled because we go way back. I mean, we are childhood friends. I went to high school with Michael, and we were in the same we went to a magnet school for acting, and so we were theater kids together, we were in plays together. We bonded as kids, and it was our dream to do this. It was our dream to share the stage together. It was our dream to work for Disney, and we have so much chemistry that's genuine. I mean, we couldn't hide it if we tried, and so we just have so much fun together. So I'm honored that Michael would share, his incredibly busy schedule with me to come back and co-host the show. And trust me, he's going to be incredible this year. What we have planned for Michael to do is going to be amazing.
That's awesome. I cannot wait to experience that. So this year I did see that at least from what I saw online about the description of the show, in years past, there's been kind of free reign with what people wanted to design within certain restrictions. Last year I know was D100, but this year is back to what it was in past years where people had more free reign to choose their fandoms, correct?
Yes. So we're going back to our original rule that their designs can be inspired by anything that's celebrated at San Diego Comic-Con. And we have a wide variety, trust me. I'm very, very excited for the designs this year. I mean, every year the designers up their game. I don't know how they do it, but I review every single submission. So every single submission that comes in, I read it all. I check out their portfolios. I watch their videos. And I'm so proud of the designers we have this year. You're going to fall in love with their designs. It's going to be very, very difficult to pick two winners.
I mean, that seems like a massive feat. So, good job with always picking and curating such wonderful looks. It's always such a delight to see. And it's for sure, anybody who hasn't been before, it is definitely fashion. You're not just going to go and see a casual look on stage. People put so much time and energy into this, so it's an experience.
Jump in here because Katie did correct me before, because I was, when we were talking about, oh, Ashley's going to come on or Her Universe, and I mentioned cosplay, and Katie's like, no, it's not cosplay, it's couture.
Yeah.
Would you mind, for those of us like me who are a little bit thick in the head when it comes to the difference, could you tell us, please?
Actually, thank you for asking this question, because this is something that, it does confuse some people. So cosplay is, a replication of the costume. It's usually sometimes an exact replication, or, definitely a costume inspired by the original. Geek couture is fashion. So it's couture level fashion, which means oftentimes it's handmade, it's hand stitched, it's hand embroidered. It takes hundreds of hours to create because of the intricacy of and level of these designs. Oftentimes they're over the top, they're big. It's something that you would see on the runway at New York Fashion Week, or Paris Fashion Week, or Milan Fashion Week. It's not the outfit that you're going to go buy on Her Universe, or walk into a Hot Topic store, or into the Disney store and buy. We call that ready to wear fashion. So this is couture level, and these designers, they bring it. They only have just about 2 months to make their design, but they put in hundreds of hours into making this. So it's definitely fashion. It's inspired by. So this is not going to be the costume. It's oftentimes inspired by the costume, or it's inspired by the property, but it is not a replication of the costume. So great question.
Thank you for explaining that so well for people who aren't familiar with the Her Universe for Fashion show and might want to check it out for the first time. Along with that, is there anything we can expect this year that might be different from previous years? Or is it pretty much going to be like, what can someone expect who's been there, but also not been there?
So that's a great question. And I'm so glad you asked it, because what you can expect is a fun time. You don't have to be into fashion to have the best time ever at our show. And that's the thing, one of the things I'm most proud of. I hear from fans every year. They're like, "Oh my gosh, that was literally one of the best things I did all weekend, if not the best thing," because there's something for everyone. It's, first of all, if you don't know anything about fashion, you're just going to come. You're going to be inspired. You're going to laugh. You might win some prizes, and heck, you might get to walk the runway yourself, because we do allow the audience to come up and walk the runway during the intermission. So it's just fun. It's fun for the whole family. It is one of, the events that is truly welcome for all ages. It's interactive. So the audience actually picks one of the winners. So every single member in the audience gets to vote. And so it's just fun. And also, I know I already said this, but it's important to me. Every single thing I do, I try to find the inspiration in it. I want everyone to leave our event inspired. So there's always a theme, there's always a message that it can feel very personal to the audience, and everyone has a different takeaway. So there's something for everyone. It's free, so it doesn't cost anything. You just have to show up early, get a wristband, and then come back later and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I'll probably post a little bit on our socials about the process for those people who have more questions. But yeah, I also like that afterwards the designers gather in the lobby area, and you can kind of talk to them, meet them, see their looks up closer. So it really exactly like you said, it's very inspiring and fun experience, and you get to sit down for a while after a long day at the convention. So I think I've just a few more questions. The biggest thing, the one thing is usually the winners get to design a line for Hot Topic.
Mhm.
Is that still the case this year?
Yes.
Okay.
So one thing that people might not realize is the foundation of San Diego Comic-Con and Comic-Con International is education. And so when we first founded the show, we had a lot of talks with San Diego Comic-Con that would be our foundation too. It was really, really important to me that we make this an educational process for the designers. And so that remains our foundation. And so, you know, that was important, that this be the prize, that we give the designers the opportunity to design professionally. So not only do they win a cash prize for winning the show, they also get to design a collection. It's sold in stores or on heruniverse.com. It's also sold at our Her Universe booth on the floor at San Diego Comic-Con. And they also get a royalty for each piece sold. So it's a real educational opportunity, and it's a real professional opportunity for the designers. And it's not even for the winners. So many of the designers over the past 10 years have gotten jobs from our show, or they've literally they get recognized from our show. They get job interviews from our show. They get several opportunities because of our show. So I'm very proud that we've maintained that foundation.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know we're near the end here. So my final question is for people who are in the future who are thinking, hey, that sounds kind of cool, I might want to apply for it in the future. Any little tips or advice you might give them?
So the advice I would give is go for it. You have to be able to make what you design, but you can also get help with it. For example, I'm a designer, but I don't sew. So I have people who help me. But we've had designers that learned how to sew from YouTube. One of our winners, she had only been sewing for 4 months when she was chosen for our show. And, she was a repeated designer, but she almost won the show that year. So, and you don't have to be a professional designer. Some people, this is just a hobby. You know, they have a completely different day job and they just design and sew in their free time. So you never know what could happen. Just if you have a passion for it, if you have an idea, go for it. Because we have proof now. We're going into year 10. We've had several designers that just entered on a whim and it completely changed their life.
That's so awesome and so inspiring and encouraging. Thank you so much for everything you've done with Her Universe and helping inspire such creative minds, even when it comes to all the other stuff that you do on the side. So thank you so much for your time today. And I cannot wait to see the just absolute amazingness this is on Thursday night at Comic-Con at 6 o'clock in Manchester Grand Hyatt Hotel, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. That
like
was my
jump in?
official closing.
Yes.
So
And
yeah.
thank you so much, Ashley, for
Yeah,
talking
thank
with us today. And on behalf of someone who is learning more about this, I just want to I've always heard from Katie how exciting it is. She always makes it a priority to go to the Her Universe show and be involved with that. So, but also on just from a larger standpoint, I mean, you've been such an awesome ambassador for Comic-Con, for Star Wars, in the larger geek universe. People like you just make us glad and proud to be part of this, because we haven't always been like, you know, top of the pop culture ladder, but people like you just make us feel so welcome, and we thank you so much for what you've done for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So on behalf
so
of the con
much.
guy and the con girl, thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you down in San Diego.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait either. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for watching The Con Guy, the official program of theconguy.com. Find us on the Weeby Geeks Collective or anywhere you listen to podcasts.